paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Good morning, everybody. I'm Harvey Freed. Alongside of me, Mark Chaikin.
Hey, good morning, Harvey. Thanks for having me back on the show. I appreciate it.
Mark, you haven't been on the show, I'm going to say, in like 6 or 7 years.
It's been a while. I'm surprised you didn't have Pat Caputo come on today.
No, you know what? Pat's going to follow us up.
Hey, I don't know. Tell us about your mortgage. We want to hear from you.
We might actually have you fill in for Pat. Nice little one. Anyways, Mark's been with us for 18 years at Capital Mortgage, and he's going to give you some great information here to share with me this morning. We've got lots to show you. Again, we had Nicole coming in. Nicole was going to come in, wasn't feeling up to it, so we hope she feels a little bit better. And again, for all you new listeners out there, we want to hear from you. Open lines for the next hour, 248-539-9797. Always at Capital Mortgage. We have people in the office all morning long to get your approval letter. I already got the call from Ronnie and the 4 or 5 different
Ronnie's
folks.
waiting for you.
They're waiting for your phone calls. If you haven't refinanced your house, definitely give us a phone call. Find out how much money you can save. Take a look at dropping the term. And boy, what else are you going to do this morning? I can't say it's the most gorgeous day out, but again, the weather's going to clear up here in the next day or so.
Well, aside from getting the 12 inches of rain we had over the last 4 days, it's looking pretty bleak out there still, I think.
Maybe just go out and look for a home. We always talk about that. If you want to consider getting out there and looking at a home, any of the qualified real estate agents and including the builders, they're going to want you to have an approval letter. We want you to sit down with the professionals. That way you know you have a game plan all set up and you got that mortgage in place so you can make the offer. Again, we'll talk all about approvals, refinancing, and Mark, as you know, rates still at like 50-year lows. It's been absolutely unbelievable. Fantastic rates to end the week. I don't know. Rates are somewhere around 3.5 on 30-year fixed.
It's ridiculous. Just to give you an example, if you refinanced a year ago, you should consider refinancing now. You know, people call in, they have $300,000-$400,000 loans are at 3.875%. Even reducing your rate 0.25%. We can get you into a minimal or no cost transaction to where it makes sense. Get your rate, your term reduced a little bit. You're going to save $50,000, $60,000 in interest by reducing your term by 5 years. It's phenomenal. People don't realize that until they see it in front of them. And that's what we do. We'll prepare, itemizations and informational emails and let you know about that.
You and I were talking about yesterday, actually running some numbers to say, hey, look how much more it would only be if you dropped your term down to a 15-year. So maybe you got that 30-year mortgage. You're in year 3, so you have 27 years left. Go ahead and drop it down to a 15-year fixed loan.
Or to a 20-year.
To a 20-year.
You might be $50 higher per month, and you're saving 6-7 years on your term. You're saving $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 in interest over the remaining new term of 20 years. And people just don't see that until you point it out to them.
Yeah, the opportunities out there are endless. Again, really what happened was mortgage rates have been phenomenal, really at 40, 50-year lows forever, all of last year, the year before, ever since really 2008 when we started taking on the end of the housing debacle. Then it turned into an opportunity for a lot of families, lower interest rates out there, trying to get families to hang in there on their house.
And they had peaked up, periodically. You had your 2013, in the spring, they were at their all-time low like they are now.
Right.
Okay, and then they went, they ticked back up, and the people that took out the 30-year terms on their purchases with the close to the 4s or in the low 4s when they ticked up there, those are the people that are refinancing.
It was about the end of July, maybe even August, when the BREX kicked in, and again, that's when we saw the bond market had a little bit of a rally, and we're still seeing the residuals of that. Again, with the Fed even increasing, bringing the Fed funds rate up to 0.25, it literally dropped the interest rate a little bit more. So
it was a shock to everybody.
There you go. 248-539-9797. We'd love to hear from you. Of course, if you've got a question, if you're going to be purchasing a house or maybe even refinancing it. I threw that out there, Mark, just as a regular. We can't really give a specific interest rate for any individual because of the fact that the costs are different, the loan level pricing adjustments. So one of the things maybe just to touch on real quick before we dive into things is if you're shopping for a mortgage, it's not something that it's for everybody. In other words, it's not apples to apples.
It's not like going to, Starlink and Mercury looking for a car and then going to the other Mercury dealer down the street. It's a lot different, and people don't realize that there are a lot of components and characteristics specific to you and your level of borrowing, okay, your parameters, that is going to dictate your interest rate. So if you're calling, Giant Mortgage in downtown Detroit and asking for a rate, and they say something to you, it may not necessarily be what you're going to be getting, because they don't know enough specifically about your current lending parameter.
Right. Again, it takes your credit report. You have to know that. You have to run a real mortgage credit report to know what your scores are. You have to know your loan to value. It's very important.
Scores, your appraised value, how much you're borrowing. Are you escrowing your tax and insurance?
Lots of little things that go involved. Hey, we'll get to some calls to start things up. If you want to join the show, 248-539-9797. Hey, Paul, good morning. Thanks for calling in the show from Milford. What's going on?
Hi, Paul.
Yeah. Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Thank you very much for asking. Just two quick questions. One, I harped a couple of years ago, and I'm wondering if it's possible to harp again. Can you
Negative. Negative. One
harp
time.
program again or no?
One time only.
One time only.
One
Okay.
time only. What? When did you buy your house?
I bought it 20 years ago.
So you bought it 20
and
years ago.
I'm in a good situation. I've only got, I think it's 16 years left on it, and I'm at a 3.75. I'm just wondering if it makes more sense to, refinance if I can get it down. I don't know what a 15-year or if I can go lower.
So you have how many years left?
I think it's 16 years.
16. What are you on your mortgage right now?
132.
Any second liens at all?
Yeah, small one.
How small? That scares me when people say they have small second liens.
It's 25.
25,000 or 2,500?
25,000.
That's not a small second lien.
Yeah, well, we use it for educational purposes.
So,
Gotcha.
So you're at 157 around that ballpark. What would the house sell for in today's marketplace? Have you been following that at all?
Yeah, a little bit. 230, 225, 230.
You're in good shape. Yeah.
You wouldn't need the HARP program anyway.
Yeah, you actually
got equity
qualify. Yeah, we want to add those two loans together for you. You're a great call for us to start things off, Paul. You can add those two loans together, get a new 15-year fixed mortgage, and the rate would probably be in the low threes, if not the high twos. So if your credit's good, you're a great call.
I think it's a 740.
Oh, man.
Credit's 740,
Sounds like
742.
Sounds like
Paul,
a super
I need
simple
10 more
transaction.
calls just like you. I'm going to call you right after the show here, and we'll get you started. At least we'll point you in the right direction and show you what it would look like on paper.
Okay, perfect.
Great call. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Paul.
Alrighty, we've got to take your calls all morning long here at 248-539-9797. If you have anything to talk about, mortgages, real estate, give us a call.
Cancer, we're your enemy. We're fighting you with exceptional teams of doctors, advanced technology, and groundbreaking clinical trials. Ranked number 1 in the nation for cancer care by U.S. News & World Report, the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center is focused on making cancer history.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. Look, if you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
Ever wonder what DTE Energy does to keep natural gas safe and reliable? Well, Joe from DTE is here to tell us.
Hi there.
Hey, Joe. So what are you guys doing over there?
We work hard to improve and modernize our natural gas system to prevent leaks and keep the service reliable. We have 1.2 million customers counting on us, so it's very important.
So how do you keep the system up to date?
We use advanced technologies to inspect nearly 10,000 miles of pipeline each year and modernize about 100 miles annually.
Wow. So just in case a natural gas leak happens, what should we look out for?
DTE adds an ingredient that makes the natural gas smell like rotten eggs. Other signs of a leak include hissing sounds, bubbling in wet areas, and discolored vegetation in an otherwise green area.
And what should we do if we suspect a leak?
Don't use any electronic devices or open flames. Leave the area immediately and call DTE Energy at 800-947-5000, 24 hours a day.
It's good to know that DTE is doing everything they can to keep natural gas safe. DTE Energy. Know your own power.
This is Mark Z at Keller Williams. I don't just guarantee to sell your home in the spring and summer. I guarantee to sell your home in the fall and winter as well. We agree to a price and a deadline, and if that deadline passes and your home isn't sold, I'll step in and buy it myself. And at any time, if you're not happy, you can fire me, but you won't. Call me today or go to soldbymarkz.com and start packing.
Get the speed guarantee. Call Mark Z. 888-971-9790.
Hey, Wolverine fans, Don't forget to check out the Go RVing Tailgate Tour live at Michigan Stadium today when Michigan takes on Wisconsin. Come take a tour of the latest and greatest RVs. Test your quarterback skills with our interactive football toss and enter to win free tickets to the game. Special guests, Michigan legends Lamar Woodley and John Runyon. They're going to stop by the RVs for a chalk talk and autograph session. So don't you miss it. We're located in the Fan Fest on the corner of Stadium Boulevard and Main Street. Find your way with Go RVing.
We all know someone whose life has been affected by breast cancer. So Hungry Howie's had an idea. What if we give a little bit from what we sell every day to someone else who needs it more? This October, the pink pizza boxes are back. Once again, Hungry Howie's is fighting breast cancer with love, hope, and pizza. For every pizza sold, every story of strength shared, and every new Hungry Howie's Facebook fan, a donation will be made to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Since 2009, you've helped us raise hundreds of thousands of dollars. With your help, we're hoping to raise a whole lot more as we continue our commitment to the cause. We're not only obsessed with flavor, we're obsessed with making a difference. Order today and join us in the fight against breast cancer with love, hope, and pizza.
Hungry?
Howie's!
The thought of cold weather is, well, chilling. But not as chilling as the feeling you get when your battery fails on the road on cold, dark nights. That's why AutoZone is your home for tough Duralast batteries. They're tested to perform in temperatures 40 below zero and engineered to deliver more power during startup. So no matter how cold it might get, the thought of having a proven tough Duralast battery can keep you warm. With our help, you can always fix your car with confidence. Hoods up, America.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
What if you could store your IRA or 401k where you could see, touch, and hold it in person in the form of physical gold and silver coins? With the Augusta Gold and Silver IRA, you can transfer retirement savings into physical coins and store them where you can actually see them. Getting started is absolutely free, so call now, 855-858-5807. Call toll-free, 855-858-5807 now for your free guide to Augusta Gold IRAs.
Don't have time to talk? Send us a text instead. The Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge ticket text at 97136. Don't overpay. Get into Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge today.
Sunday, the only person you can trust in politics is Madam Secretary.
If we're gonna make history, let's make the good kind.
Taya Leone is Madam Secretary. Season premieres CBS Sunday.
12 more days until the final season at the Joe begins. On your home for Red Wings hockey. 97.1, The Ticket.
All right, welcome back. 9:16 if you're just joining us. Boy, what a great way to start off October 1st. Listen to the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. That's right. You can give us a call all day long. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Of course, we always take your calls here live in the studio at 248-539-9797. Tons of sports all weekend long. We got the Michigan game coming up at noon, State later this evening, and the Tigers somehow, some way are going to pull off 3 more victories in a row to squeak in there. Yeah, so a lot of exciting stuff here. Again, we always like to bring you the Mortgage Show and see if we can save you some money. Tons of calls. If you want to join in, just give us a ring here. Let's move off to Mike in Westland. Hey, Mike, good morning. You got a question about getting rid of the PMI. Go ahead, sir. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, I tried to refi through...
you don't have to say it. It's okay.
Yep,
and
through another bank.
Yeah.
And they said my debt to income was a little high. So they denied me, but, you know, all I want to do is try to get rid of PMI, and I don't know if there's another type of mortgage that you can do to get rid of that.
Well,
not trying to take any money out or anything like that.
Well, it would ultimately would depend on what your house appraises for. Did you get to that point where they actually did an appraisal on your house?
Yeah, I got the appraisal. I'm about $30,000 above what I originally mortgaged.
Hey, guys, I don't want to interrupt you here, but Mike, I'm like looking back at Mark, and I'm asking. So you said, but you didn't qualify. So in other words, like that's the
they
first
wasted
step.
your money.
They wasted. No, it's someone qualifies first for the mortgage, is approved. We run you through the system, and then we waste your money on an appraisal, perhaps. How are you doing an appraisal if you didn't qualify in the debt to income ratio? That's 2 + 2. That's at the beginning. What happened there?
I don't know. That's what they
Tell
told
me you want
I
your money
needed
back.
to do. And
what about your ratio?
My credit score was good. I have good credit. I have everything's in line.
Focus on that ratio. What did they say your back end ratio was, and why are we not taking a look at some debts that we might be able to consolidate for you? Things of this nature. What's going on with that?
I don't remember what they told me it was. I just got the letter like last month, I think.
You know what? We'd like to take a look at that because, unfortunately, there's a lot of institutions that don't properly qualify you relative to your debts, and we would certainly like to take a look at it and see if we can get you.
Yeah, just another set of eyes on there. Yeah, Mike, I really appreciate the call.
The appraisal I have already, since it was just done, is still good for.
Yeah, we would take a look at it, but we would probably end up getting a new one.
Yeah, the days of being able to transfer appraiser to lender are sort of gone. However, I could tell you this: we wouldn't waste another appraisal fee for you. We'd get you approved first and make sure that you're all approved for the mortgage, and then we can move forward with the value and getting that appraisal back. Mike, it's a great call. Again, I think an extra set of eyes on your numbers to see what you qualify for is going to make sense. Hey, if you want to join the show, 248-539-9797. Got Mark Chaikin.
I'm here.
Filling in for Alex Nfusi and Harry Glanz. And
Pat Caputo.
Pat will be on next. When Pat comes in, if he hears your impersonation, he might appreciate it. He might not. He might not like it at all. Hey, let's move off here. We got a question about wants to, owns a house in Florida Keys. Hey, Bob out in Dearborn Heights. What's going on, Bob?
Good morning. How's everybody?
Really good. What's happening?
Good. Yeah, I got a question. We, my brother and I inherited a property down in the Florida Keys, and it's fully paid off. Everything's fine.
Yep.
And looking to make a couple moves here, and wondering how we go about pulling some money out of it in the form of a, equity loan.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do an equity loan or maybe a straight mortgage.
Well, however it works, we're just not sure the best way to do it, and we don't want to necessarily get rid of the property today.
Yeah.
What type of money are you looking for? And what are you trying to do?
I don't know if I would want to go as much as 100,000, but definitely, let's say 50.
Mm-hmm. And what's the property worth, do you think?
About 450.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to be in great shape. You guys, though, got the whole world by your hand. Just decide whether or not, if you both own the property now, you and your brother own it?
Yeah, we both own it. Everything's, it's paid off, and
it's all legally deeded to you.
It's a living, breathing, fully functional monster.
Fantastic. I mean, it's a piece of cake. You guys just have to decide if you're going to do a loan together, or maybe just one of you gets a home equity loan and leaves the property.
It's just going to be one of us. I told him I'd call.
Yeah.
And actually, a good friend of mine, where he lives in Arizona, a good friend of mine does a show just like yours on Arizona radio.
Oh, very good.
Calls it, he's the hardcore guy in Arizona where we grew up.
I know. Hey, man, since I've been on for 17 years, I'll call him the rip-off artist. But look, if he's giving if he's giving some great information to the folks in Arizona and his listening audience, that's all that counts.
I'm hoping he does. I listen to you guys every week.
Well, I appreciate it, Bob. Thanks for the call and good luck with your property. Definitely. You got tons of equity there, so piece of cake. Again, if you have equity in your house, if you own the place free and clear, you can always pull equity out of your house if you qualify for a new mortgage. Whether you get a home equity loan or you want to do a fixed mortgage, a 10 or a 15 or 20-year fix, something like that. Those always make sense.
Quite honestly, sometimes, like in this case, maybe a home equity line of credit makes sense for them. Maybe, as opposed to doing a mortgage.
Right. That way you can
be able to tell them that and direct them.
Yeah, the home equity lines of credit are nice because they give you, let's say, a $50,000 or $100,000 line of credit. You only are paying monthly on the amount that you use.
On the unpaid balance, you're paying the interest on.
There you go. So that's usually a pretty good loan. Hey, let's move off to Dale out there in Oakland Township. Good morning, Dale. Welcome to the show. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, what's happening?
This is what I have. I just paid off a Waterford home that I've owned for 35 years. It's worth about $150,000.
Mm-hmm.
I have my property in Oakland Township that we paid $309. We probably owe $270 area, but we have a 5% mortgage, 30-year. My wife and I really want to reduce that down to a 15-year, obviously, and then we also have a rental house in Pontiac that we owe like $4,000 or $5,000 on it. But I have a Section 8 in that one, so I make good money on both my rentals.
Right.
What's the proper way of doing this?
Well, I like the idea that you refinance the house in Oakland Township first. Obviously, 5% a bit above the current market.
Quite a bit.
That transaction alone, you could roll in the fees, keep the out of pocket costs down. Maybe even keep the out of pocket costs down low enough where you could free up enough money to pay off the Pontiac rental. But at the end of the day, the first step here would be, let's go ahead and see if we could lower your interest rate on the from 5%, probably under 4%. And then again, you would pick which program would suit you the best.
Okay, so will you have someone call me?
Yeah, we'll follow up with you right after the show. Yeah, Mark and Al.
Yeah, we'll definitely call you. Yeah,
We're going back to the office after this. We'll give you a ring and see
We
what.
need you to get out of that 5% like today. You're wasting
Yeah,
money.
I understand that. That's what we want. My wife and I just went to the credit union. We talked a little bit about that, and my wife says, really, we can save that much money? So we really need to make this thing going and get it going.
We'll follow. Yeah, we're going to follow up right after the show. Thanks for the call, Dale. It's awesome. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Good stuff. And again, I love the idea that he's got a nice little rental there in Pontiac, another area that's starting to come back. Had more and more calls at the office. Hey, when you're buying investment properties, everything out there is in play. You know, what's going to work for you? In this case, he was able to find something the right price, almost owns it free and clear. And he's got a tenant in there who's on Section 8, which is guaranteed income through the state of Michigan. Lots of great stuff. If you want to join the show, 248-539-9797. Always call us at Capital Mortgage at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Mark, I have about 3 pages of information. I don't even know if we'll get to any of this stuff. Hey, let's move off to another call, though. I like how this is going. How about Craig in Plymouth? Good morning, Craig. Welcome to our show.
Hey, thank you.
What's happening, Craig?
Hi, Craig.
I got a question about capital gains tax and how to avoid them. Selling it.
Well,
We're
if
not
we were CPAs, we'd be able to help you
let's
with
hear
it.
what you got. Yeah. Go ahead. Tell us what you're thinking.
Well, I got a house in Plymouth that I moved to Ohio last year, so I have a tenant in there now.
Mm-hmm.
And their lease is up, and I don't know if I want to sell or keep renting it. So if I do sell it, I know I can make some money off of it. I just don't want to pay a huge tax if I do sell it.
Right. You know, a lot of the monies that you've put into the home over the year, how long have you owned that property for?
About 3 years now.
Okay, yeah, it's obviously a sit down with your CPA. A lot of the funds that you put into the improvements of the property, the taxes you pay on it, the depreciation of the home itself, a lot of those things will fall into play when it comes to capital gains. But it is truly a question for your CPA. We don't know enough about how much you're going to write off on the property and your overall financial picture. But, sit down with the CPA. Is it in Plymouth? Is that house in Plymouth?
Yes.
I can tell you this. Every real estate agent is drooling right now if you want to sell it, because there are absolutely no homes in the marketplace in Plymouth for sale. If you've got a nice house there, it's a great time for sellers to sell properties.
It'll sell today.
It'll sell in a day, literally. If it's in good shape in Plymouth, it literally would sell pretty quickly. So, yeah, sit down with the CPA. Maybe he can point you in the right directions and some tax ramifications you'd have. But on the other hand, if you do sell it, you're gonna definitely be in good shape. You'll be able to sell it pretty quickly.
Are you going to buy a new house?
Well, I already bought a new house I moved to Ohio, like I said. So
okay. Gotcha.
Good for you. Thanks for the call, Craig. Good stuff, man. We'll definitely follow up with you. I'll have a CPA give you a phone call. If you don't have some professionals, you can always call us here at Capital Mortgage Funding. Again, if you're looking for a professional real estate agent, CPA, real estate attorney, we have lots and lots of folks that we can refer you to, folks that we would trust with our own money and are in trying to get the best knowledge out there. All right, that music indicates that we got a little break coming up here. Keep it on 97.1 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Scott Christie here. 15 years ago, my dad, Dave Christie, started CMAC Transportation in Brownstown, Michigan with a few trucks and a dream. Now we are a multi-million-dollar logistics company with hundreds of trucks. CMAC Transportation is proud to be a veteran-owned, Michigan-made company and are thankful for all of our employees, customers, and vendors. We are still dreaming big and growing every day. We need great drivers and support staff to join our CMAC team. Call 734-225-9887 or apply on the web at cmactrans.com. That's cmactrans.com.
It will take all of us working together to bring down crime in Detroit. This is Mike Duggan, and it's time for new strategies in public safety.
This is Detroit Police Chief James Craig. We cannot do it alone. So we've partnered with businesses on Project Green Light.
Each Green Light business puts in high-definition cameras, which are streamed live to police headquarters.
Now a 20-member team monitors in real time around the clock so patrol cars go out promptly, cutting crime at Green Light businesses by 50%.
And now, we've teamed up with high-tech providers like Comcast Business to make Green Light service affordable for your business.
Comcast Business Green Light service with 4 cameras and cloud storage as low as $140 a month with low installation fees. Visit greenlightdetroit.org or call 313-888-9425.
Restrictions apply. 3-year contract required. Installation taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Internet service required and priced separately.
So whether it's for gas, groceries, or food, before you give a business your green, look for the Green Light.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
Do you have a family? Would you like to help make sure they'll be taken care of if anything were to happen to you?
If you answered yes, you probably need life insurance. Now, do you think life insurance is expensive? If you answered yes to that too, you definitely need to give AIG Direct a call. We could find you a $250,000 policy for just $14 a month, which means you could save hundreds of dollars a year. Call us now for a free, no-obligation quote. 1-800-600-4850. Since 1995, we've helped millions of people find out if they could save up to 70% on their term life insurance. See how affordably we can help you protect your family. Call AIG Direct now for your free quote. 1-800-600-4850. You could save up to 70%. That's 1-800-600-4850. 1-800-600-4850.
We love talking about sports, but there's another team in town you should know. Genesis Cadillac Service Department, led by Service Manager Ken Blackaby.
Since taking over the dealership from Don Gooley in January, we've rebuilt the entire service department team, getting vehicles repaired in record time. Our service advisors, Wendy and Ronnie, will address every customer in a professional manner, ensuring that all their questions are answered and repairs are done right the first time at Genesis Cadillac.
Genesis Cadillac, I-94 and 9 Mile in Sinclair Shores. You're going places. Genesis Cadillac is taking you there.
Last Man Standing presents The World According to Mike Baxter.
What happened to men? Men used to build cities just so we could burn them down.
Masculinity.
The only time men should be dancing is when other men are shooting at their feet.
Marriage.
Passion in a relationship is never a good thing.
Competition.
If you're not hurting somebody's feelings, you're losing.
Detroit's own Tim Allen is The Last Man Standing.
College is important. Without college, there would be no college football.
Weeknights at 6 on CW50.
Football season is here. Get your cheer on with extraordinary food from Capriati's. Line up the best tasting subs with Capriati's by placing an order online at Capriati's.com. Maybe you prefer hot subs like the Capastrami, a fan favorite loaded with pastrami, coleslaw, melted Swiss, and Russian dressing. Capriati's does cheesesteaks too, award-winning and grilled your way. Football season and Capriati's, a winning combination. Big Beaver east of Livernois in Troy and Woodward north of 12 Mile and Royal Oak. Order online at Capriati's.com. Tigers fans, tickets for potential American League Division Series and wildcard games are on sale now, only at Tigers.com. For more information, visit Tigers.com/postseason. Ticket quantities limited. Some restrictions apply. Luxury suites are also available. Call 313-471-2222.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Tigers 6-2 over the Braves. They're now a half game behind Toronto for the final wild card spot. Blue Jays losing to Boston. Ian Kinsler led up the game with his 28th of the year. Miguel Cabrera hit 2 for his 38th. Justin Upton later connected a home run number 30. Add to that the outstanding starting pitching of Daniel Norris, who improves to 4-2, going 6 2/3, giving up just 1 run. He struck out 8. Jordan Zimmerman tonight. 7:10 with the first pitch right here on the ticket. He's 9-6. Hasn't pitched well, though, in a couple of months. Tigers now have their destiny in their own hands. Number 4, Michigan hosting number 8, Wisconsin today. 3:30, the Big House. Battle the unbeatens. Both teams 4-0. Hear the game both on AM 950 or 104.3 FM. Number 17, Michigan State on the road at Indiana tonight, trying to avenge last week's loss to Wisconsin. And in preseason hockey, Bruins over the Wings in overtime, 2-1 last night at the Joe. And the U.S. swept all 4 morning matches yesterday at the Ryder Cup at Hazeltine. In the afternoon, the Europeans came back. They lead at the Americans do 5-3. They are currently playing foursomes again this morning. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 97.1, theticket.com.
Your homes for the NFL on Westwood One, CBS Sports Radio 1270 and 97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show, 9:32. If you're just joining us, it's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. How about live here in the studio, 248-539-9797. All your calls all the time. It's mortgages and real estate. There's a lot of reasons you might want to buy a house this fall. You know, summertime, people were fighting over the homes, overbidding. Here's some stats for you. There's a little bit more going on in the fall time other than Halloween and a turkey dinner, that's for sure. Realty Track checked it out. Over the last 15 years, 32 million homes. They did some analysis over them. folks pay 2.6% less for their homes. All right, almost 3% less by purchasing a home in the fall and the winter. Other reasons why, of course, less competition for the homes. Sometimes, what else? Other reasons. Hey, a lot of families out there just trying to get that tax credit. You can write off your closing costs, portions of your closing costs, the property taxes. And again, you're not going to sneak a payment in. If you bought a house now and you close in October, November, you're only going to have maybe one payment. Maybe one payment. So, all right, let's get to some calls here. I'm Harvey Fried and Mark Chaikin here from Capital Mortgage Funding. Let's move off to, let's go to John in Chesterfield. All right, John, thanks for hanging in there. Welcome to our show.
Hi, John.
John, you there? All right. Well,
I'm not John. Hey, you there?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Who are you?
Sorry, no, I'm Bill in Shelby Township.
Oh, hey, Bill. Sorry about that. Hey, Bill, go ahead. What's going on?
I heard you guys stayed. Not much. First of all, I love the show, and I love all the shows. Your Pat Caputo, that was a spot-on imitation.
Oh, we got more coming for you. If Pat doesn't break his neck when he comes in here, yes, we got more.
Looking forward to it. Quick question for you guys. My girlfriend and her late husband purchased the home 4 years ago, so they obviously qualified for the mortgage together. He passed about 3 days after they closed on the mortgage.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's she works part-time as an RN nurse. She makes about $40 a year. Their mortgage was for about $320. She does get Social Security for her two boys, about $3,000 a month, and her FICO's about an 820. She just leased a car in March, and the dealership said her score is about an 820. I just didn't know if she'd be able to qualify by herself just because of the income, or if that could be streamlined somehow, or if they include the Social Security, or how that works.
Yeah, we could. I mean, it's something we'd obviously have to look at, and we'd be happy to talk to her and get all that information and make determination about it. But yeah, based on what you're telling me, I mean, she's got a job making $40K. She gets $3,000 a month in Social Security income. I mean, if she doesn't have a whole lot of other debt, it doesn't sound like it's not. You know,
it's
it doesn't
close.
It doesn't sound like it would not be a doable transaction. You know, depending on how much the property taxes are, it sounds like it's a pretty nice house. Taxes are probably pretty high. It just we'd be more than happy to talk to her and see if we can get it done for her.
And I'm sorry, Phil from Shelby. Bill, it sounds like, I added it up too as you were talking. I put like $6,500 down in income. If she doesn't have a whole lot of debt, I know you just said she got a car. Her credit's definitely great. Back-end ratios on conventional mortgages, the allowable is about 45%. So her total, her total debt.
It's all automated anyway, too.
Yeah, automated stuff, but generally around 45%. I mean, it's a little bit on the high side, but could she keep the house and make ends meet? You know, if she's got someone like you in her life in the future that could add to the mortgage, obviously that's going to definitely put her over the top. I don't know what your plans are, if you guys are thinking about, you know, it's just a girlfriend now, but if you're thinking about, you know, getting married or whatever, you're adding to the house and getting out your name on that house, that could be a good way to keep it also. But again, that has to do with marriage and other things.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, she's been there 4 years on her own. She makes the payments on time. She doesn't have any credit issues, and she continues to make it. And I'm sure the Social Security as you know, substitute income helps. But she was just looking maybe to get into maybe like a lower rate. But yeah, I mean, if you guys can talk with her, that would be great.
Absolutely, we'll call her today.
All right. Hey, you know what? I got it down as John. Hey, maybe you call back the show and we'll get your correct information. That'd be awesome, Bill.
Okay, sounds good.
I appreciate it. All right, 248-539-9797. We got a lot to get to, but I want to continue the calls just for another round here. Let's go out to Phil in Algonac. Hey, Phil, good morning. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Phil.
I just want to let everybody know Mark was my loan representative.
I thought you sounded familiar. How are you?
Wait a minute here.
Wow.
You got a setup call?
I didn't set it
guest.
up. I didn't tell him to call.
Phil, did you buy a house? Let me run this here. Did you buy a house or refinance? What'd you do?
Oh, no, I refied because I listen to your show every weekend.
Oh, fantastic. Great. And closed in, I mean, I don't know how many days did it take to close?
I still need to get out to your house and go on your boat before the snow falls.
Come on out for a ride and bring the other guys.
I know. We need to.
Phil, absolutely. I love it. It's a great call. Thanks for joining us, though, and we appreciate you doing business with us.
A ton of money.
Oh,
thanks, Phil. I appreciate the call.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Alrighty. Hey, again, we are in our 17th season. Want to definitely thank all the listeners that call on the show. You know, I don't know all the calls and where the clients come from and stuff, but we definitely get the job done. You know, I had a couple clients even this week, 28 days and about 31 days on refinances.
Yeah.
You know, they started the transactions. right at the beginning of September, and I wrapped them up right at the end of the month.
People are going to banks. It's taken 60, 90 days for them to close on refinance.
And not to mention, they're completely overpaying for closing costs.
Exactly.
It's unbelievable what's going on. Folks, I'm going to say it one last time. I don't have to wake up every Saturday morning and do this thing.
Don't go to the bank to get a mortgage.
The checking account's fine. They can handle my checking account.
Car loan's fine. Don't go to a bank to get a mortgage.
I don't think so anymore. So 248-539-9797 if you want to join us here. Let me move out to John in White Lake. Good morning, John. Welcome to our show. Go ahead, sir.
Good morning. I'm getting ready to sell my house, and basically I'm going to move it in with my girlfriend. Am I subject to capital gains penalties if I'm moving into her residence?
Well, are you selling? You're going to sell your property that you have now?
Yeah.
Okay, and how long have you lived there for?
Almost 20 years.
Yeah, I don't believe there's any capital gains at all. Again, we always tell you to consult with your CPA, your financial advisor, and go over that. But I don't think you'll have any trouble at all. You're allowed to sell your house and put your money away. Sure, you're able to do that.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you. That's all I was wondering.
Hey, John, tell your girlfriend she might need to go ahead and consolidate or refinance the house. Give us a call if we can help her with that.
Will do. I
Appreciate it. All right, thanks for calling.
Thanks,
There's my
John.
neighbor out in White Lake out there. We got a lot of calls from White Lake this morning. In fact, if you want to join the show, 248-539-9797. Lots of reasons, Mark, as you know, to refinance your house with the interest rates being at all-time lows. You know, one of the things is if you drop from a 30-year to a 15-year, it's about, let's just say in general, it's $250 more a month. If you go out into town, as when I was married, if you go out into town for the married couples out there listening,
She's smartened up.
Yeah, thanks. $125 for dinner. I mean, I don't care where you're going. If you sit down and have a couple drinks and an appetizer and a meal, I mean, I don't know, maybe you're at $100. Then you go home, you've got the babysitter. One night out on the town is about $150. You know, not to mention gas and some other incidentals.
Conservatively.
Take a look at the 15-year mortgage, dropping your term from a 28 years, I don't know how many years you've been paying it, get down to a 15 or a 20-year. You're going to save a ton of money. It's just what you need to do to really be a homeowner.
Just the interest. I mean, people have no idea. And it's a matter of not going out maybe once or twice a month.
And that's it. Say you stay home one night and whatever. You got tons of great TV tonight anyways.
Exactly.
I'm going to move off to calls are lighting up here. Hey, on the line there, Sam. Let's move off to Sean in Detroit. Hey, good morning, Sean. Welcome to the show. What's going on?
Hi, Sean.
Nothing much. Me and my wife just bought a house. We owe no mortgage. We bought it clear and fair, but we needed to take a loan out. But our credit scores are real low. Mine is like 504.
Mm-hmm.
We tried to go to the credit union to get a loan.
Yeah.
They denied us.
Right.
We were just trying to find out what would be the best situation for us to take out a loan.
Yeah. I love the fact that you're a homeowner now. It's really cool. Just, Sean, roughly, what did the house cost you out of pocket?
Altogether, 20.
You got $20,000. You got a roof over your head. It's pretty solid. You need some money out of it to do some home improvements to it. The thing is, obviously, if you don't have good credit, we got to work on that credit report for you. So what we do is, this is all free to you and anyone who's listening out there. We will run your credit report at Capital Mortgage Funding. You can sit you down and we can review it with you. Then we run it through the Mortgage Expert program that specifically tells us what you need to do to improve your credit scores. Now, if you don't have good lines of credit, I'm telling anyone who's listening right now, you must have credit in order to get a good credit score. So that might be it. Right now, do you have any open lines of credit that you're paying on time?
Just bills like light bills and credit cards and stuff like that.
No consumer debt though. Whatsoever.
Well, no, you said credit cards?
Oh, credit cards.
Yeah.
What do you pay?
My wife has credit cards. I have none.
Has she been paying those on time, or is that the problem?
She's been paying them on time. Mine is student loans and hospital bills, and the fact that I didn't have any real credit.
Any real lines of credit? Well, I think that we're going to review it for you. So what we'll do is we'll follow you up after the show. We run your credit. Doesn't cost you anything. Let's take a look at it.
We can definitely tell you what you need to do to get yourself situated and maybe give you a time frame if you do those specific things to where you can position yourself to where you might be able to get a mortgage at that point. So
that sounds like his wife could.
That.
Hey, maybe your wife could get a loan. Your wife's working too, right?
Yeah, we both work. Okay. She works for the casino and I work for the Holiday Inn.
Oh, very good. Very good. Hey, Sean, it's a good call. Let's see what we can do for you. Definitely we'll follow up, and we appreciate you calling in the show this morning. Have a great day.
Thanks, Sean.
All righty. Is he off? Good. He's all good. Hey, let's move off to Sam real quick. Sam, you've got a question about reverse mortgages, I believe. So go ahead, Sam. Good morning. Welcome to our show.
Hi, Sam.
Wait, let me get him up there. Here we go. There you are, Sam. Good morning.
Morning. I have a question. I just turned 62, and I own a house.
that's for sale and I want to consider a reverse mortgage, I don't know if that's the thing to do or not in my situation.
You said you own a house that's for sale? Is that what you said?
Right. Well, it's for sale for like $490 and I owe $180 on it.
So you're looking at buying a new house and doing a reverse?
No, I'm looking at staying here with a reverse mortgage.
I got
Some guys I talked to said if I get a reverse mortgage, I could still sell my house.
No. You can't. You can reverse mortgage and stay there.
You
Yeah,
can sell it, but you got to pay it off.
Right. Well, I mean, if I sold it for $400,000, I owed $180 on it. If I sold it down the road, I would pay off the $180 and keep the profit.
Yeah,
correct?
you can do that. Yes, you can get a reverse mortgage, and then later, you no longer have a house payment. That's correct.
Yes.
We set up the reverse mortgage based on whatever situation you like. And yes, because you're living there, if you decide, having a reverse mortgage, that you want to sell the property and take the profits, yes, you can do that.
Right. Okay. So would that be the thing for me to do? I'm not sure. I'm kind of in limbo here. I don't know what to do.
You know what? We have a reverse mortgage expert at our office. His name's Brian Cohn. We can put you in contact with him.
Yeah. We're going to have someone give you a call by the weekend. Well, before the weekend's out, I'll have someone get in touch with you. I think it's a good idea, Sam. I think before we entered into a mortgage with you, we'd want to know your time frame. I mean, you're definitely going to stay there for 2 or 3 years. I think it would make sense. If you're not going to stay there that long, then I would tell you not to engage in a mortgage.
Well, here's the thing. This house was $600,000 before everything hit the fan. Now I have it for sale for $490, but I'll take $450. But I'm not going to take less than that if it means staying here forever.
Gotcha.
Hey, we're up against the break, Sam. It's a great call, and we're going to have the professionals follow up with you. And again, if you think now could be a great time to sell it, I'm agreeing with you. Keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket, 248-539-9797. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Dan Weingertz inviting you to help us mow down hunger. Weingertz has partnered with Gleaners and local food banks to raise 1 million meals for hungry kids. Through October 11th, Weingertz will match donations when you mention the Mow Down Hunger campaign. Visit Weingertz.com to learn how you can help reach the million meal goal.
Pumpkin season is upon us, and that means your neighborhood Trader Joe's is prodigiously packed with pumpkin, including one of the pumpkin products that started it all. This is Tara Miller of Trader Joe's. We're talking about Trader Joe's pumpkin bread and muffin mix. When autumn arrives, the urge to bake kicks in, and this mix makes baking a piece of cake. The key ingredients in this mix, like pumpkin and spices, have been carefully calibrated to become pumpkin bread that tastes like you've baked from scratch. Yet all you have to do is mix in eggs, oil, and water and bake. As it bakes, your home will be filled with pumpkin season's inviting, enticing aromas. And as you enjoy a slice, you'll marvel at how homemade it tastes. And it is homemade. You made it. Enjoy it as is, or get creative and add mix-ins like chocolate chips, walnuts, pecans, or heck, why not frost it? We're selling each 17.5-ounce box of pumpkin bread and muffin mix for $2.99, while we can keep it in stock. For the location of your neighborhood Trader Joe's, check us out at TraderJoe's.com. Thanks for listening.
So far this year, we've sold more homes in Southeast Michigan than any other agent. Hi, I'm Realtor Jeff Glover. I share this with you not to impress you, but to impress upon you the fact that the more homes we sell, the more marketing dollars available for promoting your home to potential buyers. But don't just take it from me.
I'm Chuck Howard, and my wife and I use Jeff to sell a home in Royal Oak and buy one in Rochester Hills. Jeff takes the home selling and buying process to the next level. He knows the industry inside and out. Jeff is very professional and real easy to work with. He and his whole team are exceptional.
Homeowners who sell their homes with Jeff get an average of 98% of their asking price and sell their homes in an average of 23 days. When you hire Jeff and his team, Jeff will personally be involved, whether it's coming out to evaluate your home or marketing your home behind the scenes. Visit Jeff and his team at their newest location in Birmingham, or call Jeff at 855-JEFF-SELLS or online at 855jeffsells.com. Realtor Jeff Glover. A household name. Jeff Glover is affiliated with Keller Williams Realty.
Hi, this is Harry from Birmingham.
Debbie from South Lyon.
Paul from Grosse Pointe.
Michelle from Bloomfield Hills.
At Gordon Chevrolet, people come from all over to discover the Gordon Chevrolet Advantage.
It was a better experience. It was comfortable, it was easy, an atmosphere that I felt I could trust.
After shopping around town, we were quoted the best price at Gordon Chevrolet.
Customer service is one thing that's very important to me, and Gordon Chevrolet excels in this area.
Discover the Gordon Chevrolet Advantage on Ford Road, just west of Merriman and Garden City.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
Thousands Thousands of people live with chronic neck and back pain. If that's you, it's time to see a surgeon who makes dramatic outcomes for patients just like you, often without surgery. That's Dr. Jay Jaganathan, one of our magazine's top docs. He and Dr. Fadi Deli, a neurologist and pain management doctor, can help you get your life back with lasting relief from your pain. Call 248-733-9904. That's 248-733-9904. Or visit mi-neurosurgery.com. mi-neurosurgery.com.
Max and Caroline on Two Broke Girls. Serve up the laughs. Order up.
We're going to have to do it the hard way. Slow and steady. The tortoise and the whore.
Well, what can I say, Caramel? By the way, that's your whore name.
Order up.
You do that, Cinnamon.
Oh, no, I actually have a whore name, and that's not it.
What is it?
Max, duh.
Two Broke Girls.
Watch Two Broke Girls. Weeknights at 7:30 on CW50. Football is a team sport, not just when you're playing, but when you're watching. So don't watch the game alone. Come to the Red Dog Saloon in Milford for a football viewing party. The street team will be there tomorrow from 1 to 3. They'll have your chance to win a Calvin Johnson Fathead, so we'll see you at the Red Dog Saloon in Milford.
Combine your love of sports with your desire to help others. Donate to 97.1 The Ticket's Student Heart Check program. You might just save a life. CBSDetroit.com/Student Heart Check.
The baseball team that Detroiters love most. The Detroit Tigers live here. 97.1
The Ticket. Welcome back to the show, 9:49. Would you believe it? It's October 1st, 2000. It looks like October.
It's
that's
October.
For sure.
You know what? I have to say this.
The heck?
It's my sister's birthday, Michelle Chaikin. Happy birthday, Michelle. Many more. And just wanted to tell you that.
You're allowed to do that, Mark.
Absolutely.
I'm Harvey Free. We brought Mark Chaikin in from our office. Mark, as I was talking to you last night at the 18-year mortgage vet, I go to you, Mark, a lot of times. Like, Mark, just remind me on this guideline or whatever it is.
I keep them on an even keel.
You sometimes. Do. We talk about appraisals. The whole deal, Mark. I definitely appreciate some of the conversations we've had over the years. One of the things we talked about yesterday before we get back to these callers, and come and join the show at 248-539-9797. One of the things we spoke about was property taxes. Yeah, folks, they're buying houses cheap here over the last 5 to 7 years.
And here's what happened. You bought a house before 2006 or around that period of time. You paid top dollar for it. You paid high taxes. You went through the recession. Your taxable value declined drastically. Your taxes were cut in half. And now, it only progresses 3% a year, maybe, or the rate of inflation after that. So now you're selling your house again at top dollar to somebody that thinks their property tax are going to be based on what
they are now.
Paying. Correct.
Yeah.
And only to see payment shocks. It is so important that anybody buying a house right now, you need to have a full understanding of what your property tax are going to be next year.
Right. So if you say, hey, look, Harvey, my taxes on this house I'm buying are $3,600 a year. It's $300 a month. If they become uncapped, right, that's what they're currently now, and you're buying that from the folks that have lived there for 5 to 10 or 20 years.
Now you're paying $500,000 for the house.
Right. Now obviously the house costs you a little bit more money. Yeah, that tax bill from $3,600 could easily be over $5,000.
Yeah.
It easily could be
50%,
over $5,000.
70%.
I'm not to scare you away, but what it is it's responsible home buying. It's going into the home in the purchase and saying, hey, I'm going to be successful about this. I'm going to do the right thing, and I'm not going to overpay. I'm not going to walk away when my property taxes get a little bit high. We all want our property taxes to go up. That typically means, not always, but typically means that the city's passing millages, they got this better schools, fire, police, the library is going to be rebuilt, and better yet, your home value is going up.
And that means getting into your affordability level when you're buying a house, and that's why you need to call us, because we're going to help you with that.
Right. There's a lot more than just, right, what's my interest rate?
Exactly.
Your interest rate is the lowest if you call Capital Mortgage Funding. 9:51, we got a few minutes left. Let's get to these calls. We'll take it to the top. Let's go Tony in Canton. Good morning, Tony from Canton. What's going on? Go ahead, sir.
Hi, Tony.
Good morning. We helped my daughter get into a house a few years ago. We actually bought the house, and we've been carrying the mortgage on it. And we're getting close to retiring, and we're trying to figure out if there's a way that we can cash out. The house is worth about $150,000. They only owe about $60,000 on it, so they have some considerable equity, but they don't have very good credit. So trying to figure out the best way to approach it, whether it's home equity, whether it's because ultimately we'd like to sign that house to them and have them take some sort of a traditional mortgage and take care of it with the bank.
The best thing to do is for us to talk to your daughter. Is that who it was, your daughter? Yeah, we need to talk to her and pull her credit report, see if we can actually get a loan done. Because you not knowing what her credit is doesn't mean it's necessarily an undoable mortgage. So that's the first step. If we can't do it, we could probably tell her what she needs to do to position herself so we can get a loan done in a relatively short period of time. Yeah. If that can't happen, we can offer some other options.
A couple of things, Tony. She's living there with somebody else too?
She is. She just got married last year, so it's her and her husband.
Yeah, let's see if her and her husband qualify for a mortgage. I bet they will. I feel sort of good about this. You never know, but we'll call you right after the show, and we'll see what the information really is.
There's a lot of avenues here.
Yeah, is she on the title to the house? Tony, did you go ahead and put her name on the title to the house? Have you done that?
It's currently titled in my wife's name and in hers name.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. So you got the homestead taxes on it. Potentially, we could squeak her into an FHA mortgage. She's been living there. There's a lot of equity in the house. In fact, she can do an FHA mortgage and actually do a cash-out refinance on it.
And pay you off.
If you want to get some money out of it right now. So I got a feeling, I got a pretty good feeling about it. It's a great call, Tony.
And maybe use the new husband if necessary.
Hey, if they're married and he wants to be on there, absolutely.
There's a lot of avenues. So.
Great call, Tony. Thank you. We will follow up with you right after the show. Again, a few minutes left here. Let's move off to, I don't even know I got to go quickly here. Let's go to Dale in Livonia. Good morning, Dale, at the bottom. There you are, Dale. Maybe our last call. Make it quick, Dale. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, Bob. How you doing?
Real good.
Talk to you guys. I need some advice. I'm going through a divorce after 31 years.
Sorry to hear about that.
Very nice home in Livonia, in Coventry Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of us can afford to stay there. I have found a place in a senior complex. It's a double-wide trailer. I think it would work out perfect for me. But until my divorce is final or we sell the house, I don't have any cash to deal with to, put a deposit on this place to make it work.
Dale, how many days on the market? I'm guessing you've already interviewed a few real estate agents about selling your home. Have you gotten that far?
We had it appraised. I hired
Let's talk about this before you get to the answer. Have you had a qualified real estate agent tell you how many days on the market your home would typically in your subdivision sell?
I haven't talked to a realtor, but
You jumped to an appraisal.
I'll sell in 30 days.
Oh, good. Again, I have a few qualified real estate agents call you if you need any help with that. Get the house on the marketplace. If it sells in 30 days, then in 45 days you're gonna have a chunk of money. You can sell your house and give yourself still 60 days of occupancy after closing. Does that make sense?
The thing, though, I don't want to lose out on this double wide. I think it's perfect for me.
Well, if you don't have any, it might be, it might not be. I'm not a real big fan of that because you don't own the land and you have a depreciating unit there. So I'm not real fond of it. Maybe between now and then I can talk you maybe away from there. You said it was a retirement community. I can tell you that a lot of men I talk to in that age group, when they get into those retirement communities, they love it. There's women all over the place. So besides that and the fun, I know you want it, but if you don't have any means to get it right now, maybe you could reach out to a family member. Aren't those typically also, it's not a mortgage, so it's typically like a consumer loan, like I want to say like a mobile home loan, a car loan.
That's what I'm finding out. I talked to people at my bank, and they said, we can't really help you because the only way you're going to get a loan from us is it would be a personal loan, and with the outstanding debt that you guys have acquired, until you sell the house and pay off the debt, you're between a rock and a hard spot.
All right, get the house sold. Look, you can't do anything till the house is sold if you are tied financially and you need to release the equity, right? Debt to income ratios, you don't qualify. Again, I still want to maybe talk you into taking the money and the proceeds from your existing sale of your home and consider buying maybe a little condo, a house, something.
I don't want a condo. I'd make myself crazy in a condo. Housing, everything I've looked at, we're talking 80,000 plus.
Not so great. Hey, Dale, I'm going to follow up with you right after the show. That music says that's it for us, and we want to appreciate and thank you, Mark Chaikin, for coming in and filling in for
having
the boys.
Me, Mr.
All right,
appreciate it.
Again, Mark Chaikin filled in for Alex Nafusi and Harry Glantz. Truly appreciate you coming in.
Absolutely, anytime.
Nicole Moscow, feel better. Hey, call Capital Mortgage the rest of the day at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Again, we got Pat Caputo coming up with sports. Keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket. I'm Harvey Freed. We'll see you next Saturday.
Adios.
preceding was a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
Think you're fat? You might just be bloated. Find out by calling now for a free trial of New Biotics, the new breakthrough that flattens bloated bellies fast. For a free trial, call 1-800-400-9189. Strict limit of 1 per household.
I used to be plagued by